Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Upcycled Adulting, where I am here to help you grow to accomplish your goals, overcome obstacles, and create healthy habits so you can build the life you've been dreaming of. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel because you don't want to miss a single thing. Today I'm going to be talking about change, and specifically change when it comes to trying to accomplish our goals. We need to talk a little bit about how to navigate this because it is a really sticky and complicated and difficult thing. And a lot of times, what we like to do is just try to plow right through it. But here's the thing: your brain is hardwired to push back against change. I was just talking to my partner about this and about doing this, and he was telling me that in big corporations, anytime they change anything, they actually bring in specialists called change management people who help everyone on staff cope with the change because change is universally recognized as difficult and problematic. So if you've been trying to accomplish a goal, or maybe your life is just in transition right now and you're struggling with change, I want you to know first and foremost that you are not alone. Change resistance is normal. And because it's hardwired, it's instinctive, which means you can't help it. You can't stop it. You're going to feel resistant to change. So, how do we actually navigate it? Because we can't keep everything the same in our lives all the time, as much as I would like to. We can't. And for our growth, we need to be able to make changes or adjustments. Now, a lot of us take the approach of ripping off the band aid. We're going to do it really fast and furious. And we think that that's actually going to help. Because what happens a lot of times when we're struggling with change is we drag our feet, right? But when we go in fast and furious, we're not able to maintain it because of the intensity, because of the push, right? It's not actually in our best interest to do it that way. The best way to navigate change is to do it gradually. Do it in very small steps, very approachable steps. When we navigate change in that way, we are better able to adapt to it. It doesn't necessarily feel like a huge, shocking change. It just feels like a slight adjustment. And that's a much easier way for us to be able to embrace change. In addition, it's incredibly important if you're making any changes or transitioning to something new in your life that you limit your change to one. Yes. That's why a lot of times people say that you should really only have one goal. When we're trying to make too many changes at once, even if they're small little changes across several areas of our lives, that builds up, right? We always say a million molehills make a mountain. Right. So when we're doing even small things, but we're doing a whole bunch of small things, that becomes a big thing. And then your brain feels like everything is changing. This is very stressful. This is very scary. This is very overwhelming. So if you're in a transition in your life right now, it might not be the best time to set a new goal or to introduce any other change. Allow yourself to embrace the change that you're in and to stabilize there. Now, that doesn't mean other people's stuff. And I think I need to mention this here because I know that I personally have struggled with this. So some of you may struggle with this as well. We aren't responsible for taking care of other people's stuff, and we aren't responsible for navigating other people's stuff. So if other people's stuff is kind of encroaching on our lives in a way that is stressful or challenging, say that there are things that you do need to be involved in, and they are a change. For example, aging parents, or a child who's going through something difficult, or a partner who's going through something difficult. Changing and adapting something small in your life that provides you with a break or with self care or with a little distraction can be very helpful. Because remember that even though you're helping someone else navigate something challenging that is probably a change for them, it's not your personal change. And a lot of times that's the time when we really need to get mindful about taking great care of ourselves and introduce a slight change in our own self care routines or our own self management routines, right? So that we can keep ourselves well and healthy, both physically and emotionally. Then the next thing I want to talk about is being mindful of your progress when you're making changes, being patient with yourself, celebrating the small wins, being aware of the fact that you are making small adjustments. You see, when you make small adjustments to accomplish your goals or deal with the transition, it can feel like you're not doing enough. It can feel like you should be doing more. It can feel like you're not being productive. It can feel like, right, a lot of things. But that doesn't mean that any of those things are true. Taking the time to be mindful of your accomplishments, of your progress, is absolutely essential. It will comfort you and help you be more patient and feel more secure through change if you record the changes you're making and the accomplishments you're gathering and your wins. And so the best way to do this is to keep an accomplishment journal. When we keep an accomplishment journal, what we do is write 3 to 5 things every single day that we've accomplished that day. These don't have to all be change things. These could be very, very basic and simple things. They don't need to be huge things, but just being mindful of the fact that you're trying to create this little habit where you get up 10 minutes earlier every day because at some point you're trying to fit a workout into your morning routine, or you're trying to fit some housework into your morning routine. And writing that down in your accomplishment journal, I did it. I got up 10 minutes early today. And really being proud of yourself for the progress that you're making helps you adapt better to change. It helps you be more resilient. It helps you stay on track and continue doing it. And it also helps you maintain patience through the process. Listen, change is hard. It's part of everything we want in our lives, right? But it's hard. It's part of starting a new job, going to a new school, buying a new house. It's part of every aspect of our lives, including accomplishing goals. Change is meant to be scary. And while your life certainly isn't threatened by the change that you're making right now, the changes you're making right now are most likely intentional and towards something better or to accomplish something more. But that doesn't mean that they're not challenging. If you ever take a stress test, right, about how stressed you are, you will find that on the list of stressors, there are multiple items that are positive things. Things like getting married or buying a house or getting a job promotion are all incredible stressors. And it's not because they're not good things. It's because they're change. So feeling stressed out about what you're about to tackle, y'all, that's normal. Feeling hesitant, normal. Feeling afraid, normal. You are hardwired to struggle with change. Try some affirmations to support yourself better. Make sure that you're taking some small steps. Get support wherever you can, from people who've already made that change, from your online community, or from your people in your real life. Share with them what you're changing and let them support you in any possible way. Do not take on more than one change. Just don't. If you can avoid it, you always want to. The more changes you take on, the more stressful it will be, the more likely you are to become overwhelmed, the more likely you are to suffer from burnout, and the more likely you are to actually quit or give up on potentially all of them, right? If it's even an option. And then I want you to make sure that you're celebrating your progress. Keep an accomplishment journal. Write down every single step you are taking in the right direction. You are absolutely amazing and you deserve the life that you've been dreaming about. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I am all about helping you get there. Bye, everyone.